Hi again, it's Donna, your homegrown gourmet, part of the Gourmet or Good Enough team with my sister Diane. And today it's all about apples. Today I'm making apple pie bars. I don't have time to make an apple pie. I don't feel like rolling out the dough and chilling it. So I thought if I make dough, spread it in a 13 by 9 pan, and then add my filling and toppings, I can cut them up and it'll be just like having a piece of pie. So let's get started. To start my dough, I have 2 sticks of butter that have been softened. I'm adding ½ cup of white granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and we're going to beat this until it's nice and creamy. Okay, so my butter and sugar mixture is creamy. I am going to mix in 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, a ½ teaspoon of kosher salt. Just a little at a time. Get it mixed in, incorporated. Okay, my dough is ready. It's a soft dough, and that's okay. We're not going to roll it out. I have already prepared my 13 by 9 pan. I put parchment paper in it and sprayed it with some cooking spray. So now what I'm going to do is spread the dough all around and pat it down. Let's spread this around. I'm going to try to go up the sides where I can. And you know I love using parchment paper or foil when I'm baking because then it's just lift up and easy to slice. Okay, I'm done spreading out the dough. And as you can see, I even have it going up the sides a little bit. What I like about this recipe, it's even easy for the most novice of bakers. If you know how to measure and use a mixer, you're good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, 350 for about 20 minutes. Okay, we want to peel and core our apples, and it really doesn't matter what type of apple you use as long as it's a nice baking apple. Granny Smiths are nice because they're a little tart, and we're putting brown sugar and cinnamon in this, but I don't even know what type of apples these are. They came from my husband's co-worker. Their family owns a huge farm in Northern Virginia, and on that farm is an apple orchard, and every year he's kind enough to bring us some of their apples. So I know this is going to be absolutely delicious because these are very, very fresh. So what we're going to do is peel them, core it, and then slice them really nice and add them to a bowl. And I have about 5 nice sized apples. So let me get that done. We'll go on to the next step. So just cut the apple in half again. We'll core it, and then we'll make some real nice slices. And I'll add this to my bowl. And we'll go on to the next. So my apples are all cut up, and I'm going to add some seasonings. So first we're going to start with the juice of ½ a lemon. And the reason you want to do that, couple reasons. Lemon juice brings out the brightness in the fruit, and it kind of wakes it up. The juice also keeps your apples from turning brown. Mix that up. We have ½ a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, ½ teaspoon of salt. Salt wakes up flavor as well. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to stir this up, break up that brown sugar, and mix everything all around, get it nicely incorporated. The last thing I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of flour. The last thing I want is an apple pie bar that's wet. So the flour, sprinkled a little bit here and there, will help with that. You could also use cornstarch if you wanted to. But I think just a little bit of flour is necessary. Maybe a tablespoon at the most. Already we're releasing some of the juices in this apple. Okay. I'm going to set this aside and pull out my crust. Okay, so our crust has been taken out of the oven. It baked for 20 minutes. And now we're going to add our apples. And as you can see, they are starting to get a little juicy. We're going to spread these around. Try not to get any of that extra juice in there. I don't want them too wet. But we'll spread it all around. Spread the apples. And then lastly, we want to put a little topping on here. I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of brown sugar, half a teaspoon of salt. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of chopped pecans. I suppose you could use walnuts if you wanted to. Mix this together. Or you could omit the pecans if you have a nut allergy. You could just remove the pecans and put in a cup of oats instead, regular old-fashioned oats. And then we're going to add 1 stick of melted butter. And I'm going to mix that until we have a nice crumbly kind of texture. Let's get all of that butter in here. Okay. Want a nice crumbly kind of mixture. Okay, so here we go. Just all around, we're going to spread this all over. And this is going to be absolutely delicious. Like I said, this is easy for the most novice of bakers. And we're going to be decadent. I'm putting it all on here. In the oven, 350, 1 hour. So I've taken my apple pie bars out of the oven and allowed them to cool. Look how beautiful it looks. It smells fabulous. Now, the final finishing touch to take this over the top is I have some caramel sauce. Just a little bit of caramel sauce drizzled over the top. And these bars are going to be a big hit. I'll have a link in the description below with the full recipe. Give me a like on our YouTube channel, Gourmet or Good Enough. And thanks for watching. Ciao.